Verse 11. After saying these things, he said to them, our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I go to awaken him. So telling all of this, then Jesus told them that, well, he's only sleeping. Now, you know, if someone is sick, very sick, and then it's very difficult to sleep. You're like all the time tossing around, you can't sleep. And when he then ultimately falls asleep, then normally that's kind of a good sign under normal circumstances. I mean, there's always kind of exceptions, I guess, to the rule. But for them, in their culture, in their way, and in normal circumstances, this is what they would expect. Okay, this guy is just sleeping. That means, oh, wow, okay, that means he's on the mend. Is it truly on the mend? Yes, that's what they thought. So that is what they... But they're going to say, verse 12, the disciples said to him, Lord, if he has fallen asleep, he will recover. It's like, but if he's just sleeping, then that's a good thing. I mean, he's going to recover. Right? That's a good thing. So Jesus is going to correct them. Verse 13 here, just saying, now Jesus spoken of his death, but they thought that he meant taking rest in sleep. So that is just kind of what they're thinking now. Like, he's speaking of that he's recovering because he's sleeping. Okay, so that's kind of a good thing. Like if you're sick, and I explained already, if you're sick and then you fall asleep, and you can recover. So it's a good thing. And but then Jesus clearly corrects them and saying, but this is not what that's not what I mean. I'm actually speaking of his death. Now then that makes even less sense going there, because they're trying to kill you. He's dead already. Why go there? What's the point? To be there so that to comfort the sisters, kind of idea. I mean, they will understand that his life is in danger here. He can't come. Okay, it's like someone from Myanmar living outside Myanmar now, and I don't know, and he's been called up to go and serve in the army, and one of his parents died, and I mean, he won't be able to go back, because if he does, then he will be taken and sent to the forefront. He won't even maybe reach the funeral site. And I mean, so the family knows it, and it's bad, it's evil, but we kind of all understand. We don't like it, we hate it, but we kind of understand that situation. Is like, we don't really have a choice. For the sake of the other person. If you love the other person, then that's kind of what you do. You can't expect them. So they ought to then have, right? But this is not in the same situation, because Jesus is God, and he's not going to be just called up into the army, and because he's going to do this work here ultimately, which is a very important thing that he's going to do. Okay, so Jesus didn't tell them ultimately that, and this in verse 13 that he spoke of the death, right? This is what John then tells us. But then in verse 14, he's going to say it. Verse 14, then Jesus told them plainly, verse 14, then Jesus told them plainly, Lazarus has died. So plain out. Okay, you guys not understanding here, I'm saying as is. Lazarus is dead. I can explain that. And why go there? Verse 15, and for your sake, I'm glad I was not there, so you may believe, but let us go to him. Okay, so then he says, okay, but for your sake, not for my sake, not for his, Lazarus' sake, not for their sake, for your sake, let us go, so you will believe. Okay, so, yeah, again, this sounds kind of weird. Why? It's like how as Christians we believe that Jesus died on the cross for our sins. Yes, he did, but we feel as if that was the main reason. Okay, and that was not the main reason. Ultimately, the main reason wasn't ours. It was the glory of God. That is the main reason. We are the ones who are forgiven, but that we are not the main reason he died, because we don't deserve that. Right? It's the glory of God. So Lazarus being raised from it is ultimately not for Lazarus' sake, not for Mary and Martha's sake. Yes, they're going to find a lot. I mean, they were going to be super happy, but it's for the sake of the disciples. Okay, and so that they will believe, because this is the most important thing, that they will believe, because they don't believe yet. They see the miracles, they see the signs, he's like somebody there, but they don't understand it. They don't believe yet. There's still things that need to happen with them. There's still things that they need to see. This thing they still need to see. Very important thing is, it's just not forgiveness here, but it's life after death. Okay, like the whole Pharisees, Sadducees debate the whole time, is there life after death? And they still had to understand as well this concept. Okay, it still had to come. So let us go to him. Now, interesting as well, he's dead. So let us go to him. Did Jesus mean, is this a wordplay? Let's go to him like, and die? I think maybe some of them might have, okay, so we are going to go down not to raise him from the dead, but actually to die with him. And most likely that's just what they thought, right? At least give them that they were kind of then willing to go down if they thought that they're actually going to die with him. Because no, we're going to go to him. Verse 16, so Thomas called the twin, said to his fellow disciples, let us also go that we may die with him. So Thomas is going to play a very important role further on. He's already played a role in chapter 1, but he's going to play more roles ultimately in the end when he's going to touch or not believe in Jesus. So here Thomas, one of the twins, so we don't know who the other one is, speaks up and says, okay, let's go and die with him. So again, like I said, at least give them that. They understood when Jesus said, let's go to him. They didn't understand that Jesus is going to raise him from the dead. They just thought, okay, we're all going to go down now or we'll all be killed. That's that. So Thomas is like, okay, well, no, let's go then down with him as well. So let's go and die there as well. I mean, that is what they understood. And he was willing to ultimately go there and to die with Jesus. Later on, he's not going to believe, and he's going to want to poke his fingers into Jesus' side and hands and everything, right? But yeah, so, but he didn't believe. He didn't understand here yet. Okay, this is more of like, what the heck? He's our leader and he's going to there, and so if he's willing to go there to die, then we don't really have a choice, do we? Okay, so well, yeah, let us go there as well and die with him, kind of idea, right? So it's not to say that it's like, okay, yeah, let's go and die with him kind of idea. It's more a question of, well, he's our leader, he's our everything, and he's our rabbi, and we need to follow him, and that means to death, and so be it. And not that we want to, but we don't really have a choice in this case. So like, okay, let's go down there and die with him.